Oh, hey, it's me, Staria. Don't mind me. I'm just checking off my list for the week. Well, I got my house back. I got my stills redesigned. I robbed some Nintendo nerd's house. Oops, I haven't hit 10k subs yet, but I could probably add that to the December list. Other than that, I guess I checked off everything besides food and water, but who needs that? Oh, and I gotta make another video on super bomb survival. How would the CIA feel about this? So I don't really know how to start with this, because super bomb survival, you know it, I know it, nearly everybody knows about it, and if you don't, then you're probably new to Roblox, and I'll just say, it's a good starter for playing Roblox. I mean, if you're into misanthropy, or you're just an adrenaline junkie. Super Bomb Survival, developed by Polyhex in 2014, is a platformer survival game where you're placed in one of over 130 maps for players to pick, and you essentially survive bombs falling from the sky, with each round having a different difficulty which raises and lowers depending on how good the players are at the game. And if I have to be honest with you, it literally is impossible to get 1.0 difficulty, as you have to actually try to be bad at the game, or you could do it manually by purchasing it in the shop with gems. But why would you want to purposely make the game boring while also wasting your in-game currency to make it boring in the first place? You see, it just doesn't click with me. Speaking of in-game currency, coins are the main currency of the game and can be used to purchase skills and perks. And you know what that means? With every other Roblox game that comes with in-game currency, that also means microtransactions! Gems are the secondary currency in the game and are mainly used to buy perks, but can also be used to buy skills at a cheaper price. Speaking of skills! Oh, I have tons of skills. For example, and I also play Roblox constantly, so I guess that speaks for itself. Skills are the main abilities of Super Bomb Survival and come in 3 types: offense, defense, and movement. Offense consists of bombs to airstrikes. That even goes for woman repellent. Defense skills consist of healing yourself or knocking away others and everything around you, or disabling bombs, and movement. What do you think it's for? Being real though, movement consists of things such as enhanced speed, jump height, but also consists of the most nonsensical things like putting yourself into a bubble so you can float around into the air for no reason, spawning platforms mid-air, which when you think about it, you're not really moving, you're just placing a platform mid-air, so I don't know whether this fits in the category of movement or not. Also a truss, which you'll never know when you'll need a ladder in case you get into a nuclear amber alert. Movement is in fact my favorite type of skill to use in the whole game. Just running around, dodging bombs while using the double jump perk just feels so fun to use. Though the only gripe I have with skills is just that it's pretty much a lottery on whatever you get. Don't get me wrong, I can't really complain about collecting skills since I literally own every single one. But if there's really a skill you want, you'll have to fork over thousands of coins to spin the skill slot, with the chance of not even getting the skill you want, only to realize if you want to spin again, hey buddy, you gotta give me more coins! Yeah, I know they don't actually get anything out of it, and I can literally just spend 10 gems to roll again, but if you're telling me that I have to spend 1050 coins for another roll on a movement skill, only to get a truss out of all things, even though the run and super speed are literally the best, do you really expect me to take that chance? Well, I mean, I did bet on having a girlfriend or having no life. Guess which one I picked. Oh, but perks on the other hand? Buddy, you might as well just give me a lobotomy at that point. Perks are the most broken abilities in the whole damn game. If you can't tell, these give you heightened abilities that give you major advances that range from bigger jump height, a dash ability, double jump, leaving behind a bomb right after you die, extra HP, not being able to get targeted by homing rockets, be fireproof, and the crystal wings, which are one of my favorite perks out of all of them. And then there's the second perk slot, which if you actually bought that game pass, you know, I'd rather not finish that sentence. One thing I do, and also kind of don't like about perks, is how damn expensive they are. Like, I barely ever use the Aurora wings, but I still pay the 750 gems. And what's even the difference between the 2 wings, you may ask? The Aurora rings literally hurt you more if you break them and you freeze mid-air. So you wonder why I prefer the crystal wings over the Aurora wings? Then why? Why would I even think about wasting all my gems on buying a perk and skill? I don't know, just felt like it. The game itself doesn't necessarily have different game modes besides the difficulty change, but with that, there's this little mechanic with these event icons that show up every round, and there are specific events that only appear from event icons, once some have a minimum or maximum intensity in order to appear. Like, sure, you can get your homework away from your dog, but make sure you can dodge this pipe bomb! These events range from extra coins falling from the air, raining gems, raining any healing item ever, big pizza, which is the main healing item in the game. I didn't feel like mentioning it because who cares?
Actually, Staria, not only is that redundant to mention the healing items, as pizza is the only healing item that can't be spawned by a player, but mentioning the healing items while also mentioning the big pizza is essentially repeating yourself, which just shows the lack of knowledge you had before even finishing the scripts despite the fact that you have played this game for years. Not only that, but you mention the worst events because they're so basic and you barely have any footage for them, making you look really fucking stupid. You absolute moronic troglodyte.
Shut the fuck up, okay? I'll mention it. Jesus Christ. The thunderstorms, layer of the earth vanishing, and there's also freezing lava, but that doesn't really work that well when the round just starts, so it's kind of lame. Which also goes for nonsensical things such as raining ducks that explode, pianos, zombies, and even the fog. Or just some more intense bombs falling from the sky. Now onto the various amounts of bombs in Super Bomb Survival, with over 100 types of bombs. You must be out of your damn mind if you think I'm going to be discussing and describing every single bomb on this list. Who do you take me for, a masochist? Well, I mean I'm not, but on the other hand, I do have way too much fun playing against my pro gaming friend in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Here goes! Final!
No way! Marvelous Plus! Marvelous Plus! Marvelous
Win this time!
Marvelous Plus!
Elder Kai was right!
Again, with Super Bomb Survival, there are over 100 bombs, so instead of wanting to do that, I'll do the more sensible thing and just explain various types of bombs while also showing off specific bombs that are their own thing entirely. For starters, the bomb. Guess what this does? Guess. Yeah, this is just the basic bomb that everyone gets when they start playing. You know, throw a bomb, get arrested, your typical attack on society. But what about the other skills? Well, as I've said before, the skills you get really depend on a role in the shop. If there's a bomb you want, you'll have to spend coins on the offense skill for the chance of you not even getting the one you want. But no matter what bomb you get, it's still enjoyable to use in the game. Though at first it may not be anything special, but over time, if you keep playing, you'll gain XP for the skill you use in every round. And with enough XP, you can level up each skill all the way to level 3, which is their most powerful state. And it's also the point where I've lied once today. Charge sodas. They're pretty much the basic cooldown remover because every skill you use has a cooldown added to it. And each skill has their own different cooldown and also increases over time as you level them up. But charge sodas remove that cooldown entirely. Basically, if you use a skill and then immediately find a charge soda, you could use that skill right again, but you'll have to wait, of course. They're pretty much the cooldown remover. That's because, fun fact, you can't spam your favorite skill in this game. Well then what's the fun of this game? Supercharged sodas. You mean Red Bull? Supercharged sodas are better but more rare versions of charged sodas, as they not only remove the skill's cooldown, but also enhance your skill, basically unlocking a level 4 of your ability, which will either enhance your ability or add a new feature to it entirely. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we were talking about bombs! Yeah, the amount of bombs is insane, but what makes every round special is the amount of variety each bomb has. We have bombs, landmines, tracking missiles, mustard gas 2.0, nukes. This isn't even a bomb, that's just terraforming in real time, bigger bombs. Take a shot every time I've said bomb. This is just a football! But an explosive football. With the bombs in Super Bomb Survival, a lot of them give off specific terrain effects to the map, from freezing players and making everything around the explosion slippery. Another effect is burning everything and making players take damage when touching burnt objects, making the floor electric so players take damage, and poison gas. Nothing special. He's just fun to have around. And lastly, the rarest bomb in the entire game, the Glitch Bomb and Glitch Nuke, which the Glitch Nuke can only spawn via the 6.0 difficulty, and the Glitch Bomb will only show up once a UFO spawns. And oh, did I forget to mention the UFO?
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Oh, my apologies. I'll add it to my notes next time. Yeah, there's a UFO in this game, and it doesn't really do much. It really just flies around and drops bombs that already spawn normally. But not only that, there are red ones, which are rarer UFOs, and they drop destroyers. Guess what that does?
Okay, alright. Yeah, this is gonna sound crazy, but like, dude, it freaking, like, it explodes, but it's like a big explosion, right? You know, yeah, you know, like one of those, yeah.
Gold UFOs, on the other hand, just drop every healing item, including coins, and other color variants just do the same thing the normal UFO does. There's badges to collect in this game, when in reality, badges exist all over Roblox. Every game has one. If you don't, well, don't you look like a fucking loser. But what do you really want me to say about them? They're badges. You don't get anything out of it. You don't get any special perk. And it even tells you in the in-game chat when a player earns a badge in the game. Here's a little badge you won't understand. Thank me later. Now onto the new 6.0 difficulty. Jesus Jesus Christ! I have never played something so unnecessarily difficult, but so goddamn fun that I can never get over it. If you ever play it, I highly recommend you use movement abilities, because here's my haircut before, and here's the aftermath. Should I get a new barber? First off, holy shit, this is the most fun I've had with any Roblox game in a long time. Maybe RFTI. This is the perfect difficulty for the higher skilled players. You see, with Super Bomb Survival, once you get good at 5.0, it's essentially the same thing, but never feels too boring or too bad, because it's never the same round over and over, especially with 5.0, because you have 130 maps. Do you really expect it to be the exact same every single time, even if you're really good at the game? No, of course not. But 6.0 difficulty changed all of that. It makes things go from 0 to 100 within the second of the round beginning. Watch. Jesus Christ, at least pass me some Tylenol before I get a headache from having too much fun playing this. Well, I mean, I would, but I ran out from getting migraines because I haven't eaten since last Friday, 3 weeks ago. The bombs in this game are equally intense, with the game dropping nukes every second a round starts, including their variants, which makes destroyers extremely common. Huge bombs and giant meteors also spawn frequently. This practically makes most of the map's terrain completely destroyed. The glitch bomb and glitch nukes are one of the most rare and insane items in the game, as every time they blow up, they pass down a random effect, which goes from a standard explosion to a stun blast, cold snap, which freezes players into rain, gravity pulse, which disables a player's jump, thunderbolt, which trips players and electrifies the ground, ink blast, which blinds players, a nuke explosion, blast force, which flings players, firebomb, which burns parts, a trip pulse, which trips players. You know, I find it funny I wouldn't describe every bomb, but chose to describe all the effects of a bomb that essentially does what 9 other bombs do. What's even better about the glitch bomb is the fact that it's its own skill itself, and the way you can get it is actually by
As the question reaches its final stage, a lofty door awaits under crimson skies rage. When memories resurface, a rewards found in the depths of secrets, a broken treasure unbound.
The damage caused on the map is insane. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a level 6 difficulty.
What the fuck was that? The glitch nuke essentially does the exact same thing, but extends its reach more and spawns the Grimbell, which I consider one of the most insane weapons in the entire game. Once it spawns, it stays stationary, but after it appears, it begins to ominously ring every 2 seconds, and detonates by the 5th ring, and anyone around it is dead within an instant. What makes it more dangerous is the sole fact that trying to disarm it not only doesn't work, but also increases its blast radius, making it so that if you didn't do it before the first ring, you're pretty much screwed if you don't have anywhere to run to. Unless you have a movement skill like me. Movement skill, gang rise! And finally, there's the fission orbs. Basically, it's not just one bomb, they're actually a duo. Next thing you'll tell me is that they're in a band. The fission orbs are linked through a beam, and when they spawn, they explode in unison, and after they explode, they release a chain of explosions that progressively get bigger and bigger the longer the link is, and leaves off a way bigger explosion once they reach the middle. With all these bombs I'm listing, it easily allows the game to be at its most difficult and challenging point. Unless I use my feet to play, but even still, I'm a gamer, I think I'd live. I wish I could say more about this difficulty, and there isn't really much I could say to show my appreciation for the devs' work on really making 6.0 difficulty a true representation of how difficult and how fun Super Bomb Survival can be. So here's this unnecessarily well done edit instead. And that was Super Bomb Survival. Now, of course, it's not a perfect game, but if I were feeling nostalgic about Roblox after not playing it for months, or feeling as if there's nothing fun on Roblox, I could always just jump in on here and have a grand old time, and just reminisce on how much fun I used to have playing Roblox back in 2017 on my Xbox. It may not be everybody's game, but it sure as hell is one for me, and I think you'll love it too. but I have the glitch bomb, so that automatically puts me above you.